guys, it's Joey and this is going to be the August shout out video. I've decided to do this slightly early for a number of reasons. I normally wait until probably the end of next week, but I thought I really want to do this and get this done now for a number of reasons. One, I've already got a list. So I want to get these shout outs out there. Some positive attention towards some people who are either new to me, new to YouTube, or I haven't shouted out before. I might mention a few other people at the end just because I love them so much. But the idea of this video here is sort of people who I'm new to, or I think, you know, people should go check out if they haven't already. It's likely that people will know of some of them, if not all of them, but I still want to do it. I want to raise that positive energy vibration. That said, the second reason why I am doing this video now is because it's not Shark Week, it is in fact Troll Week. And me and a few other ladies that I talked to have had some problems this week with people who are basically trying to bring everybody down, trying to be negative, try and be their pathetic little vouch for power, whatever. And I'm like, you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to shout out people who deserve it. We're going to put those people where they belong. My spiritual buddy, I was going to say bunny, God, oh God. My spiritual buddy was saying to me, like, you know, you've got to think of them like this, and this is how I now think of them, and it cracks me up every time, which is brilliant. He's like, just think of them as pathetic little crabs that are stuck in their bucket. Think of the imagery and symbolism of this as well. And they're like, but they can't get out of their bucket. Crabs in a bucket. And just think of trolls as that way, and it will make you laugh, I guarantee it. It makes me laugh every time now, so every time I'm like, oh, my troll's back, all I can think of is composed. Okay, we've actually got some guys on the list this time. I was considering doing like a whole guy one, but there are at least two ladies. I might, you know, shout some names out at the end just to show some extra love. But there are two ladies in particular as well I want to shout out. But we're going to start with the guys. Yeah, we'll start with the guys because every time I do these shout out videos, I end up having like just women, and I'm like, no, no. So the first guy I want to shout out is Shadowhawk18. I'm starting to get to know his videos a little bit and starting to read his posts and things on the Facebook groups, and he's really interesting. And he did this beautiful, it's called The Vision in Black, a song for the Morrigan, and he did it and he created it, and it was moving. And of course, you know, Morrigan, me and Morrigan. And you know, it was heartfelt and it was touching and it was brilliant. And quite often, like when people do these sorts of things off the cuff or whatever, it doesn't really resonate with me because you know what I'm like with the Morrigan. I'm quite protective of her image. I don't like people who are like, she's deaf and violent and that is all she is. She's deaf and violent and that... Oh, stop. Don't smite me. Okay. But his video for the Morrigan was fab. It was just great. And he does some other stuff where he sort of... He did a video where he found Hecate. And it's moving and stirring, and he's inspirational. And you know, I'm still I'm still quite new to all these people. Or he shares all his, I think he's the guy that shares all his crystals, and every time I'm like this. I think it's him. I might be completely spacing because clearly the brain is not. Yeah, but he shares. Oh no, is he the altar guy? I've got a feeling he's the altar guy. He might be both, but I'm pretty sure he shares his altars, and his altars are insane. They are incredible. They are buzzing with life and beauty and energy. If I'm wrong, forgive me. Clearly, I'm not all there. Go check him out. Right. So the second guy is the Witchy Dude. The Witchy Dude I have been getting to know through the collab channel and his own videos. he's inspirational. I've been watching him for for a little while, and he's always sharing, caring. He's free with his information. I think he has an old soul. Like he knows what he's on with. He knows where he wants. But more than that, recently, it's the humour. If you haven't seen his boob video, which he did for Blythe, oh my god, I was on the floor. I haven't laughed so much like that at something for ages. It was like, the witchy dude's boobs, you're welcome. It was so good, and he brings that light in, that light energy, and he's just amazing. I know probably a lot of people know who the witchy dude is, but that really brought him out for me. You know, that humour, I loved it. It was just brilliant, and quite often we can all start, you know, back and forth having a giggle now, which is great. I really enjoy that positivity, which is what this is all about. So the third guy is what's your YouTube channel? I don't know if you want me to say. I can say Matt, can't I? One Witchy Guy on YouTube, and he's started to get a little bit of attention and stuff. But for me, like, he came to me and started talking to me about the Morrigan, so that's how I started to get to know him. And Crow Overhead, I don't know whether you heard that or not. And he did a rune reading for me. He like offered up free rune readings, and I'm in the process of learning the runes through Runes 101. So until I'm like finish that, I don't think I will engage as much with divination from a rune point of view, although I do have my new shiny runes, so I might. But I hadn't had a rune reading done before, and it was really good. It was really accurate. It was really in-depth. He called me a pot plant, so I was... Nobody else is going to understand that, so that's mine and his joke. So we understand that, and that was fun, and that was funny, and it was a really good reading, and it was wonderful. So he's really approachable, really friendly, and then he started discussing topics which are different and unique. You know, he actually discussed yesterday the term warlock and his take on it, and it's not something you always hear some things about, and I find that sort of thing interesting, like where the words come from and the different meanings they have, and is it necessary, and yada yada. So I found that all really interesting. So he is One Witchy Guy on YouTube, so go check him out. So that's the three guys. I got 3 guys in. Yay, men! Right, so I'm then going to talk about Elemental Witch. She beat me too. She did a shout out video at the beginning of this week, and she beat me. I've started to get to know her a little bit on a video frame of thing. I hope that we will continue to get to know each other a little bit better, and maybe through Facebook or whatever. But as people may or may not know, I am a snail with getting to know people, because I don't believe in the whole and you pretend all of a sudden, because that to me is fake. It's like I prefer to take my time and have a little conversation here, and then give it a bit of space, have a little conversation there, and get to know you better that way. So that's what I hope for with the Elemental Witch. But her videos are really informative. She has a giving spirit. She has a upbeat, uplifting, up. I don't know what I'm on about either. She has a really light personality, and she's a pleasure to watch. And she's, you know, even though she went through some stuff recently, some difficult times, she was still honest and shared that, and sort of opened herself up to sharing that with the community. And I felt very driven to try and support her as much as I could, and that connection then started from there, and I was like, I have to do that. I have to. And I was moved to on a soul level. I'm not one of these people who are basically like, anytime anybody's in trouble, like, oh, I learned to candle, I'm great. That's not how I feel about it. If I am moved to, if I want, you know, I need to help someone, it comes from deep within here and within the spirit realm and whatever. And if it really pushes me, then I will do it. I do that for my close and dear friends anyway, because I love them. But for people like people you don't really know, I only do that when spirit really sort of pushes through the energy and stuff, and is, you know, this is needed, this is necessary. And I absolutely felt that I had to, because she is a wonderful lady. She is so upbeat and giving and cheerful in all her videos, and videos are informational and great. Go check her out if you haven't already. And she has a generosity of spirit, I think, is what I'm trying to get across. And she was just so much, I felt that she was just in need, and that I could give, and I wanted to, and I want that relationship to carry on growing with her. So if you haven't checked out The Elemental Witch, do so on YouTube. I'll try and link everybody down below. So, and I'm going to mention a couple of people at the end briefly, but this is going to be the last person who I give a major shout out to, and I realise that you're I haven't got your YouTube channel in front of me. It's for Deanna. Now I'll find your YouTube channel, my darling, while I talk about you. So if I'm not looking at the camera, that is why. So Deanna is someone who I have gotten to know on a personal level, and every morning, pretty much every morning, not every morning, but probably nearly every morning, we have a little chat, and it's something I've really started to look forward to, getting to know her and talking about all sorts of things. I'm just actually scrolling through her. There she is. Okay, her YouTube channel is AnnaJoy71. So we'll talk about that in a sec. Right, you have my complete and utter attention. Sorry, darling. Right, so we talk every morning, and I look forward to talking to her. And, you know, I've got to know her on a personal level first, before YouTube, which is the reverse from how it usually is. And I've been developing my friendship with her, and she has been lovely. And we've talked about things, and she shares her... she has like this place she goes to, cranes, dancing cranes. It's like this crystal place, and it's like, oh, and every time I'm like, because these crystals and things she shares are amazing. And she decided to start making YouTube videos, and she was quite nervous about it. I was like, go for it, go for it. You know, I'll be there, I'll support, I'll cheerlead. And she doesn't need it. She got into making videos, and a lot of people who start making videos, when they first start making videos, they're just like, their mind goes blank, or they're sat there going, or they talk about random stuff and then go off on tangents, and it's, you know, you lose the point of the video. Not Deanna. Deanna started making videos, and they're all concise, to the point, amazing. Some of her nature videos are breathtaking, and you know, pagans love seeing different landscapes, different nature, different ways of life, basically. And she sort of allowed us to have a insight into her life like it's the most natural thing in the world, even though she was nervous. And her videos are great. Keep making them. Keep making them. You're doing good. And you know, she's doing really, really well, and she's sharing, and she's such a caring spirit, and she always, you know, checks how I am and talks to me about this, and we'll talk a little bit about anything, but pagan-y bits, and all sorts of things. And sometimes she talks about things that I haven't seen before. She mentioned a crystal this morning, which has completely gone out of my head, that I hadn't seen before, and I was like, woo. So, you know, she's giving to me, and I'm giving to her, and her YouTube channel is definitely worth a check out. She's only done 9 videos to date. She's new to it, so go show her some love and show her some support, because she's amazing, and I value our friendship, my darling, I do. So that's the main people that I wanted to shout out. I'm going to mention a few other people in passing at the end. So all of those people are this week's shout outs. Woo! And I'm going to mention the following people just briefly. I'm going to say thank you to Lisa the Pagan for... She did a video in support of the thing that I was trying to get out the other week, which was the whole David Cameron and his censorship nonsense, and how it was going to start affecting pagan and metaphysical websites and things. And she's helping me to get that message out there, and I really appreciate that from her. So thank you so much for that. That's great. And then I'm going to mention everybody... shameless plug, everyone on Witches of the Moon on the collab channel, because my relationship with these continues to grow, and I am so grateful for that. And I really, really am. I'm not always the most talkative person. Like I said, I can take my time, and I feel out things, and I don't just jump into the whole fakeness, because I don't want to be fake. If you want to get to know me and I want to get to know you, then we take our time, we build the foundation, and we have a proper friendship. It's not, we're suddenly best friends, oh no, we're suddenly slagging each other off, because that happens a lot, and it's just not something I want at all. So the people on Witches of the Moon. Erin, I love you. She's such a support. I really do. I'm going to just whiz through these people, and I love. She's a support network. She's amazing. Blythe, I've been getting to know, and she has an incredible sense of humour, and she has some amazing things to say, and I love hearing from her. I love to start getting to know her. She's great. Poe is my nudie witch. Oh, Poe makes me laugh and giggle and just want to hug her. I swear, it's like the internet is going to be like, are you a little bit lesbian for Poe? I'm like, a little bit, yeah. I'm going to get in so much trouble. And Tequila, sorry, my brain space then. Tequila is powerhouse of powerhouse. She's incredible, and I love you, girl. You've got such a wealth of information, and I'm still trying to get to know her, so she's a busy lady. Sunshine. I love my Sunshine. She's I just love her. I don't really know what else to say. Everything, she's amazing. She's a lovely woman. She's funny. She makes me giggle, and Sunshine. Today or tomorrow, production line of a certain small, fluffy, spouted animal begins. That's today or tomorrow. I've actually set myself up with a whole ton of stuff to do today, so it'll probably be tomorrow now, but so is that, everybody. Blythe is Monday, I'm Tuesday, Witchy dude. No, Witchy is Thursday, and Amethyst Moon is Wednesday. I think that's the right way around. Thursday. Friday is Poe. Saturday. Sunday. Yeah, that's everybody. That's everybody on Witches of the Moon. And then a shout out to Brooke at the end. I hope you're doing well, my darling. I love you. And I think that's everybody I just wanted to mention quickly in passing. I think so. So remember, don't fall in the crabs in the bucket. Keep sending out love. Many blessings.